that lived a previous life working in photo radar. After using it for years car camping, Tom's car died right outside of Parker. Rather than tow it, Tom donated the car to Border Radio. If you'd like to donate your vehicle, running or not, visit borderradioaz.org/cars.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
On today's program, we are going to be joined first by Jayson Hisel, who has 17 years of event promotion experience, and he is going to bring an event right here to Yuma. I'm talking about the Little Luchas. Yes, Little Luchas, and they're going to be wrestling. We're going to find out what got them so angry and why they're wrestling, as well as Brady Anderson, who's an accountant and tax preparer right here in Yuma, Arizona for Yuma Tax Group. It's tax day. Yes, April 15th. Do you have your taxes done yet? So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
Johnny Show! What's up, Yuma? What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon. And Johnny, what happened to your sons last night?
I know, dude. So I didn't get home. I wasn't watching it. I was out. I was handling business until about 9 o'clock. But I get home and I turn on the game right away, and I see they're up. They just had like a 19-4 run, and they're up, you know. And it's like great. Like some great plays were made. There was one to a block, and then a steal, and a three-pointer, and I'm like excited. My little dog, the little pug, gets all excited because I'm excited, and my son's like, "What's going on in here?" And I'm like, "Yes, they're going to do it," and they didn't.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, we're talking about the Phoenix Suns last night had their play-in game up in Phoenix against Portland. And the Suns lost.
They lost. And, like, you know, the thing with Booker is, like, they always say he chokes, right? That's like a thing. Like, Booker, like, when the pressure's on, when it's time to count on him, and he did again.
Yeah.
He was pretty much a non-factor the whole game.
Yeah. And so what this means is the Suns are still alive. They're not done for the season, but now they host the winner of tonight's game between the LA Clippers and Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, and so, you know, I hope they win, of course. I hope they win this. But then as soon as they get in the playoffs, it's like it's almost like certain death.
Yeah, because the winner of the next game is going to play Oklahoma City, the defending champions. So.
Right, and I know they just beat Oklahoma, but it was because both teams rested their starters.
Right,
so.
And in a 7-game series, you got to figure, you know, the better team's going to win.
The better teams, it's going to win, so it's not going to be. But I hope they get in, obviously, and but it's going to be very difficult to do that. But yeah, it was a sad note to go to bed on last night because I thought they had it in the bag, and no, like even the last shot, Booker didn't take it. He threw it over to Green, and he missed the three. So anyway,
so we'll see how they do.
We'll see how they do. Hopefully they win. But without further ado, we have Jayson, and you say your name Hisel? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Hisel.
Let's get real close to the mic and bring it to you. But you're used to a microphone. You've done stuff on the mic before, so I know.
A little bit.
But tell everybody that you're a promoter. You have a promotion company, and you're going to bring Little Luchas to town, and we're going to definitely get to that. But tell everybody about your promotion company.
Well, I'm from Imperial Valley, and I actually have roots here in Yuma. We'll get
we're going to get to that
later.
Yeah.
I've been promoting for about 18, 20 years. Started off in Mexicali, not in promoting. I started off making an actual physical magazine about clubs, taking pictures, getting articles, and it just evolved from there, man. Kind of like the story that you have.
Yeah.
We're very similar in our views on what we do in promoting and how we got started. And yeah, man, and it led me, promoting's done so much for me. It led me to Texas, led me here, lived in Yuma for a couple months, and fell in love with the city, so we just trying to come back.
Yeah, so, and it's Venue Entertainment, is that what it's called?
So Venue Entertainment is what I started with.
Okay.
And then we did Venue Wrestling Entertainment, which has roots here in Yuma as well. We'll get into that. And then this new project, which is Little Luchas, which is a little people wrestling show that I started a couple months ago. Our first show is here in Yuma. We have...
Oh, it's the first show?
on the first show, a lot of production into it. We actually have one of the biggest little wrestlers in the world, Mascarita Sargada. He was on Lucha Underground. He's all over. He'll be here. We have female wrestlers. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah. So and I was excited to have you on because to have another promoter, you know, the people don't know what we go through, what we've been through, and how much work it takes to put on a good quality event, right? So I was very excited to have you. We're going to kind of get into that. But let's talk a little bit about, so were you born and raised in the Imperial Valley area?
Yeah, born and raised. The only time I moved away is when I came to Yuma.
Oh, okay. So born. What was it like growing up in Imperial Valley?
I mean, it's similar to here. There ain't much to do there, you know. Unless you're 21, you go to a bar. There's nothing else. So, of course, I found my love of DJing in high school, and you know, do a couple big parties. I remember my graduation party. My mom and dad said, "You can have a small party," and I said, "Okay, a small party."
A small party, yeah.
Small party. The week of my graduation, my dad calls me, cussing me out, saying, "Why are the sheriffs calling me?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
They blocked off both sides of my street. Living in the country. Yeah, sheriffs blocked us off. Little party was about 400 people.
400 people.
Couldn't get no beer in because they were on the sides.
Oh, wow.
Nobody wanted to leave, so the party kept going.
So you kept the party going.
Kept the party
that's
going,
pretty
man.
good. That if you don't have beer and you're at a party like that you keep it going.
Ain't nobody want to get arrested.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That's
It's a good
pretty
incentive.
good.
But yeah, I started there. We took over an old roller ring in El Centro. We would play old classic reel-to-reel movies on the wall.
Oh, okay.
DJ movies, DJ music, and
What movies did you show?
whatever we could find, brother. We would go to the swap meet or to just find reel-to-reel. We play it on the wall, and I mean, no video, no audio.
No
just
audio
video.
because and that's a part of the entertainment. I've seen that a lot of with different clubs. Like they have the DJ spinning and there's just a movie playing randomly in the back.
That's how we got started, man. You know, mismatched speakers couldn't afford the good stuff. So, hey, what do you got? You got some JBLs? All right, bring them over, you know.
Yeah, hit up the homie. What do you got? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I got some Behringers over here. It's like, all right, let's make it work.
Exactly. You know, we mismatched stuff. I had to learn how to do sound audio. I have a sound company. Things like that. It's just little things along the way led me to where I am right now. And I'm pretty happy with what I got going on. I have a gym. In El Centro, we do Lucha Libre. We school Lucha Libre and boxing.
Wow.
Boxing's been pretty good. Yeah, we just had an event last Saturday. We had about 350 people show up. Just a sparring event, you know. I got 2 pros in my gym. I got a bunch of kids that we travel, so...
Yeah, so then you grow up in a place, and this, I guess, similar, but I don't know your motivations. I'll talk about mine. But same thing. There's not a lot to do, right? You're young. There's not a lot to do, and I hated it. And I was almost like I was really upset because it seemed like the whole town was geared towards the winter visitors, and that's what they cared about, right? Which now I get. I'm older. I'm a businessman, so they bring in revenue, so they bring in money. So of course they're gonna do it for them. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna make it happen here. I'm gonna do something. And it stuck with me. I'm 46 years old now, but it still stuck with me that I'm going to make something happen here and give people a chance to have some good entertainment. So what was your motivations?
When I started in promotion, it was the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
I was the Wedo in Mexicali doing things. I didn't know anything. One experience, one of my first big concerts, we had brought Baby Bash and Chingo Bling to Mexicali. And in Mexico, I don't know if you've ever done anything with it, you have to get permits for everything. So some of them are like 5 pesos, some of them are 4 pesos, but you got to go to different buildings all over and you have to have those, and they show up to tax you.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sitting there at the door, I'm thinking I'm all good, I got all these permits, and the guy comes up, he goes, "Es tu evento," and I was like, yeah, my Spanish ain't very good, so I'm like, oh yeah, he's like, okay. He goes, "I'm going to charge you what's in the box because you're missing 1 permit," and I'm like, one
Wow,
permit.
just
He
like
goes,
that.
Just like that. And he goes, "It's only half a peso." So the guy I was doing the event with comes up, has his promoter attitude, and the dude ended up waiting all night. When I had him right there, we only had maybe a couple $100 in there. You know, so the guy goes to leave, and he tells me, "Next time you deal with me." And I said, that was the first lesson I had.
Yeah. Learning.
I had was like, you deal with the right people, you're good. And we just grew from there, man. I did a club called M2, good friends with the managers and all that.
And that's in the Imperial Valley?
That's in Mexicali.
Oh, Mexicali too?
Yeah.
Oh, so you stayed in doing some stuff
Mexicali's
there.
where I
Kinda cut your
my
teeth? Okay.
And, you know, it's hard because, you know, Wedos don't work in Mex. You know, you don't get respect. I gained respect. I took my own personal security with me, so we did events. He took control. He guarded the money. And I went, you think that, people used to tell me, being a promoter, that's not a job. But when I was making $15,000 a night in Mexicali doing one party, tell me a job you could do that at.
Yeah, that's a job right there. As long as it pays, you get the dough at the end of the night. Absolutely.
Yeah, you split the money, you drive across, and, you're good to go. But as everything, it's Mexico, things change, people change. So eventually I started doing shows over here. I did a show with a good friend of mine named Jose de la Cruz. He runs a lot of the food trucks at the fairgrounds. And we did a music fair. When I say music fair, it was a music fair. You paid, I think it was $40 at the time.
What year is this? Do you remember?
The music fair is probably 20, maybe 16,
Okay.
17.
Okay.
And headlined by E40, Baby Bash, it was around the time King of Choppers was popular. Pumpkin from Flavor of Love was there. We had celebrities there. We had Paula Deanda. We had Kid Frost. I was on Kid Frost's team for a while. It was about 30 artists.
Wow.
We did, when you paid your $40, you got to see this whole all-day long carnival festival with free carnival rides in the back, Ferris wheel, roller coasters. We had food, just like the fair, but it was all free. You paid to get in, you got to see this. There was lowriders everywhere. It was really cool, man. It was the first thing we did. It cost about $80,000 to do. So it was cool. I learned a lot. It's something I would do again. And from that day forward, man, that's when everybody started noticing me, because all my partners weren't from the Valley. It was just me in the Valley. And
Just
you know how that feels.
Yeah, no, definitely. But what gave you the gumption to be able to say, I'm going to put on a whole fair, right? Because you're dealing with, if you deal with a few artists, that's one thing.
That's one headache.
But to deal with that many artists and to, some big names back then, right? Definitely. And E40, one of the biggest in hip hop history. So what gave you I can do this, I can make this happen?
We split it up, brother. We had a team. Promoting, you cannot do anything in promoting without a team.
Yeah.
If there's a promoter that says, I do everything myself, he's full of it. Because you need a team. You can only do so much. And promoting, a lot of people tell you that, it's easy. You just get a piece of paper, you say what you're going to do. No, it's not. You know this.
Yeah.
It's very mentally draining. Okay, so what's our budget? Oh, we're going to spend $10,000. Okay, how much do you have? None. How much do you have? None. Okay, so now we have none. So how do we get this $10,000? How do we book the flights? Are we flying them in? Are they driving in? Do we want to pay? It's just so much details that go into an event that people don't understand. That when you do it, the day you do it, I don't know how you are, but the day I do the event, I don't even want to work.
Yeah,
I'm just thank you, it's over with.
Yeah, exactly. You get that sense of relief because there's so much leading up to it, and then finally you get to put on the show. And then I put on so many shows. But it's been difficult to actually enjoy one of my shows because it's still like I'm listening to the sound, and if there's something's, the mic is feeding back, or if there's something like that, it's like, we got to get on it, make sure everybody's taken care of. Is that the same with you?
Oh yeah, when we brought E40 that day, he's been my favorite artist of all time.
Oh, okay.
And I never said hi. The only thing I remember, his watch was about 4 inches round. That's all I remember because that's what I saw of him the whole day.
You didn't even get to say hi?
Nope, I was too busy.
Yeah, so I just did a meet and greet with Hall of Famer Kelvin Gastelum and what's his name?
Randy Couture?
Randy Couture, yeah.
The fighters?
Yeah, and I didn't get to meet him. And I'm hosting the meet and greet. I put it on. I do everything. Like I set up the venue. I did all that. And people are like, what was it like to meet him? And I'm like, I didn't meet him. I didn't even say hi. Like I just had to do the whole event and make sure it was good and a success and everybody else had a good time.
Yeah, I totally feel you, man. A lot of times they don't understand we're working. Oh, but you're standing around. Okay, yeah, I'm standing around looking at the guy right here working, but my brain is looking at that guy, guy. What we need to do next, what needs to go on, getting on the DJ. Hey, we got to get this queued up. Mentally for a promoter, I think that's the hardest part, is not to break. Because you have so many things going on. And being a promoter costs you a relationship with friends, with girlfriends, with family members, because they don't understand that we're a special type of person. And it's sad because we're trying to put on something great for everyone.
For everybody. Everybody gets to enjoy it, right? That's the thing that I saw. I guess I was excited about the show because I'm glad you're saying that because I can relate. Yeah. Right? They don't understand what it's like to make something, a product that everybody gets to enjoy. And you're like, you're beat.
Well, in wrestling, I have a saying. I think I told Victor this years ago when we met, is I get a lot of guys that don't want to take their kids. Oh, wrestling's stupid. I don't want to take my kid. You're not buying a ticket. You're buying a memory that your kid is going to have forever.
Right. And Victor can attest to that, because didn't your dad take you?
Yeah, so we talked about, because we had some people on from Attitude Pro Wrestling, which is a local promotion here in Yuma. And so I was
they're great people.
Recalling how, I got into wrestling as a young man in like the mid-90s. And so my dad and I would go to shows. Like a lot of kids, like, they go fishing with their dad or they go to baseball games. My dad and I went to pro wrestling, WWF at the time, in Northern California. So it's like, it's a core memory for me of like, my dad's no longer with us, but I remember going to those shows with him. My mom would take us and all that good stuff.
Me and my grandpa.
Yeah.
I went to the fairgrounds on my grandpa probably 7th grade, and I remember seeing George Animal Steel, Honky Tonk Man, and it was the greatest experience.
Oh, Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man. Yes, and we would sit down every Monday night, no matter where I was, what I was doing. I had to go to my grandpa's house, sit next to his recliner, and we watched Raw. And those are the memories, those are the core memories that we install on parents. Just because you think something's dumb, it doesn't mean it's dumb for your kid.
For your kid. You go for your kid,
and those are the memories that you're going to install in them forever. And the funny thing is that I've talked to so many people that my dad used to take me, my grandpa used to take my dad took me, and now I take my son. Mm-hmm. Because wrestling's life, brother. Yeah. Wrestling's life.
And I just got to say, like, so I later on in life, I got out of I grew up watching wrestling. That was the thing. That's why I know Honky Tonk Man and, Junkyard Dog and a lot of the old names that people probably don't even remember. But I did. But then I got out of it because people are like, that's not cool anymore. It's not cool, right? So it became that. Years later, my cousin he was in one of the local wrestling promotion companies, and he got invited out and went over there and checked it out. And I was like, I loved it. It was so great. It was so fun. And in your mind, because it's like, it's fake, it's this and that. So people say, but the entertainment, how fun it was and how dedicated they are to this craft and to make it and to put a whole production on. Yeah. It was like, wow, this is great. Why haven't I been doing this the whole time?
They're true athletes. They train hard. And the funny thing is, when people say that, all I ask them is, did you watch Walking Dead? Because everybody loved Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. So tell me the difference. That's total illusions that you're watching on TV compared to...
You're watching that's a production. Like you said, it's not real, and you still enjoyed it. So then you could come over and enjoy this.
And like I tell you, there's wrestling, there is mid-tier, there's green people that are just in the business, and then there's vets. It goes all the way up. So you get the type of show that you're paying for. If you're paying for a $5 show, you're going to get a $5 show, Mm-hmm. But if you want great entertainment, it's not the big time. It's not AEW, it's not WWE. Watch an indie show. Attitude Pro Wrestling, I'm so glad that Alex started it here. Because when we came here back in the day, there was nothing. There was nothing. And now Alex is running. I'm actually helping a gentleman here who actually works for one of the AMPMs put on a show. He's, I believe it's May 2nd. He rented the ring, so I'm bringing my ring over here.
Oh, cool.
We work a lot with Arizona. In Imperial Valley, next Friday, actually, I have a show. It's Arizona versus California. So there's a lot of good wrestlers here in Arizona. And in Yuma, one of my kids that started with me, he just moved over here, Angel Pureheart. He now lives here in the foothills. He is one to watch. He will be in the big league someday. And he came from Imperial Valley, but now he's in Yuma. So
wow,
that's a good one to watch. There's so many people that have come through here. Remember Super Crazy? Yeah. Super Crazy lives here in San Luis.
Okay.
So his son's training for MMA, so he moved down, and he's a great. If you know wrestling, from WCW, he was one of the Mexicools. Great person, man.
Okay, we're going to take a break real quick, and on the other side of the break, we're going to talk about how you got into the Little Luchas. Is that what it's called?
Little Luchas, the best little show, Lucha Libre show you ever see.
All right, we're going to find out more about that after a break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
People collect all sorts of things: stamps, antique lamps, sports memorabilia. If you happen to collect cars and you're looking to make room in your collection, look no further than donating a vehicle to KAWC and Border Radio. Pickup is free, and you're helping this service bring you the programs you count on. Learn more at kawc.org/cars.
You are tuned to 94.7 FM KOFA Border Radio. I'm Cecilia Holland Braithwaite from the KAWC Newsroom. It's going to be a sunny day in Yuma with an afternoon high near 88 degrees. Winds are calm, becoming south-southwest around 5 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight with a low around 58 degrees. The Yuma Union High School District announced new principals for Yuma High School and Vista High School effective July 1st. Our KAWC Education Solutions reporter brings the details online at kawc.org.
K-pop fans, it's time for some girl time, don't you think? Join me for the Girl Time Show with La Seraphim, aespa, Cat's Eye, and more. K-pop for Border airs on Saturdays at 1 p.m. on Kofa Radio. Stream the show on KAWC's app or website, or follow K-pop for Border Facebook or Instagram.
This is Border Radio, KOFA, your passport to your global destination for music. We are your local public broadcasting station that can be heard through your radio at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM, on the KOFA app, and at borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here with Jayson talking about promotions, and we're going to get to this event that's coming up. But so you spent some time in Yuma. I remember you came here with your cousin, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and then you opened up together. It was the Vault.
Yep.
It was a nightclub.
Walmart. Yes, sir. That's what we did.
Yeah. So, really nice place, right? You guys really turned. It used to be Mansky's. If anybody remembers Mansky's, I remember that name. And then it was Shots, and then I think it became the Vault.
Became the Vault. Yeah, we really remodeled it. Everything. It was a good place. But like I told you, it was before its time here in Yuma. It was just too new. Yeah, man, that was great times. Great times with you there.
Yeah, great times. Hey, that's where I originally met you, and we did some stuff. And then you did get to bring, and I'll bring it up briefly, you did get to bring E40 here.
Yeah, I finally did get to meet him.
Yeah.
But it was not the experience that I wanted.
No. Yeah, what happened that night? And the PG version.
The PG version was, we were from California. They didn't like us. And they tried to tell us that Mansky's only could have 100 people in it. So when it was 101 people, they tried to shut us down. And you were there. It was a cool night. I mean, honestly, E40 killed it. You know, Yuma got
great.
to see E40.
Yeah, that was cool. Like to be able to see E40. He's literally a legend in hip hop. You created his own vernacular. People, say words they don't even know. Yeah, the people say words that don't even know they come from him.
Yeah,
and he's put so much in, even in the English dialect. Right, people are like, we just say stuff, and it's like that. E40. I came up with that.
Yeah, but we did in the short period of time that we had the Vault. We did major artists.
Name some of them.
Mike Jones, Paul Wall, same building, had a beef. Paul Wall did about almost 2 hours worth of music. That was I would say one of the best shows I've ever done. We did Problem. Let's see, who else? We had E40.
What was his hit song, Problem, back then? Do you remember?
It was the one with E40.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was one of the songs. But
one E40. Let's see, who else? We did a bunch of stuff there. We did a foam party. I remember that. We did a foam party. We had bands. It was a really cool place. Very huge.
Yeah.
Very,
nice venue. You guys really did a good job. And unfortunately, after that, it was, because of the city and certain regulations, it was no more. But so then you moved back to Imperial Valley after that, or?
Correct. I moved back to Imperial Valley, got into it with another bar owner, so we started working together. I actually brought a couple people from Yuma over there. I brought Kova from the tattoo parlor over there. Shout out to Liz at the Crest. I brought her over there. I still keep in touch with them. Try to give them some work, Try to stay true to my people here, the people that supported me here. I always try to support them. That's why when I did this, the Luchas that came here, I actually reached out to you, Johnny.
You reached out.
So we can try to make it a good thing for Yuma. You know what I mean? This is something different. It's Lucha Libre style. A lot of masks. You'll see some flying, things like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So then you moved back, but then you came back during COVID time, and that's when Victor met you.
Yeah, so we met, it was February 2021, because obviously this was the time when events were being canceled. And Jayson told me that being in California, they were more restrictive than Arizona, so he couldn't do his shows as normal. So they did an outdoor like drive-in show at the fairgrounds, like in the parking lot. And so people would drive in, and it was outdoors, and people were still distanced and wearing masks when they were close, and there were COVID tests for the fighters and all that. But yeah, that was for me as a wrestling fan, and anyone that wanted to like just get out of their house.
Just to get out, like you said, get out of your
escape for a few hours and like have it be in wrestling, and that was really a cool event to have as like something that could be offered here.
So how'd you come up with that idea?
So the day our great Governor Newsom canceled everything was the day before a show that I had invested about $6,000 into. It was with TJ Perkins, just off of WWE. So the guys couldn't work. I couldn't work. Couldn't make no money. So I actually called up Pearl Valley Health Department. Was like, hey, I have an idea. I want to find a place. The drive-in movies. I want to be able to have people drive in. They will space the cars 6 feet apart. They can get out with their lawn chairs, sit in front. We actually bought the repeater for the radio station so we can make our own little station and we can exit. And we set up speakers and he was like, no, California's not going to allow that. And I'm like, all right, so here I am again. Like, dude, these guys got to work. I'm going to call Arizona. So I called the fairgrounds. And I talked to Francis and Eric, and they were like, we love that idea. We were one of the first people in the United States to do it. And so we put it together, and I was so nervous, so scared. I mean, who goes to a drive-in wrestling show?
Yeah, right.
Like, what are you going to see? I don't have money for a production, So we did it, and we got a bunch of people that came, and it was fun. We had to build, they had nothing. They just gave me land. I had to bring lights. We brought in Lucha Kombucha, straight from Yuma. They started selling stuff, and I met Victor, and I mean, everybody involved was just like, wow. We did a couple of them here.
Oh, so you did a few of them during COVID?
Yeah.
But you only went to the one?
I think I might have only gone to the one, I covered one, and then the second one I went as a fan, most likely.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
He's really busy.
Yeah, he's a reporter, man. He has stuff to report on.
But it was cool.
So an idea, took a risk, right? Like you said, nobody's done this. You're, again, cutting your teeth on something new. You obviously know your promotions. You know your craft. You know that. But, okay, are people going to park 6 feet apart? Are the people going to do this? How is this going to work out? Thank God for Eric and Francis over there. Shout out to them.
They're great.
Yeah, they're great. We've had both Eric and Francis on the show. They're great people. And they said, let's do it, because that time, if people don't remember, just wanting to get out of your house, having something, do something, I think that time is when people's mental health really came into play, where people understood what We've been very conscious of it, right? Of our mental health.
So we set it up, and nobody got sick. We had COVID tests on site if they wanted some. The wrestlers all got COVID tests. We went above and beyond as a normal show, and it worked out great. It worked out great.
And at that time, the UFC was doing something similar with COVID tests and getting people in there, and you could watch stuff. So they were doing it, right? So you found the place, you found the right partners, Eric and Francis, to be able to do it, and it went good. And you said you did a few of them, huh?
We did a few of them, and then we ended up California Open. We started going back, and I just couldn't make it back out here. There was a couple other companies came in, and it's funny because I would have people message me, hey, are you doing the show? And I'm like, nah, but that's a good company. Nah, we don't want to go. I'm like, go support. So when I started the idea of the Little Luchas, I reached out to my people that were here still in Yuma that I knew I could count on. And it's been going pretty good, man. The ticket prices are, I have family packs, 6 tickets for $130. I mean, where you're going to go for a family of 6 to do something?
Yeah. Have your family go again. Create those memories.
Yep,
those core memories.
I mean, we do tickets are $25 general admission. I think it's $50 VIP. But with VIP, you sit closer and you get a T-shirt, you get a poster, things like that. So we're giving you more than what it is. You go to a big show, Victor could tell you, you're spending a couple $100 to sit in the nosebleeds.
Yeah. Yeah, because like we talked before, people will go like to Phoenix or San Diego or LA for like bigger shows, WrestleManias this weekend in Vegas. But yeah, so for value, for entertainment, independent wrestling is where it's at. And so, yeah, going to events like Venue Entertainment Wrestling. And
it's funny because you can go pay a couple $100 to see people in WWE, and I can sit there and tell you, well, you see Sikoa, he was one of their biggest pushes the last 2 years. He was with me for about a year and a half before.
Wow.
You got Rey Mysterio, brought Phoenix, Penta, Phoenix, Killer Cross, Kevin Crossett was there, Johnny Morrison came through here. Let's see who else. A lot of AEW stars came through here. So VWE have come through a lot. Right now we have one of AAA's biggest upcoming stars is Jack Cartwheel.
Okay.
Jack Cartwhell, he came to us. He actually was in Yuma. We brought him out here in Yuma. He debuted out here in Yuma. You can look him up. He's done some of the best matches that AAA's had. He was signed to WWE to the contract that they were doing. He wrestled in Evolve. Jack Cartwhell, look him up. You might like him. He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Good dude.
So then tell everybody a little bit more about what to expect at Little Luchas, where to get tickets if they would like to get tickets.
Tickets, you can get them online. I think it's littleluchashow.com, or you can go to Lucha Kombucha.
Lucha Kombucha right over here? Okay.
Yeah, they have tickets on hand. It's the best Little Lucha Libre show that you're going to ever see. So we got Mascarita Sagrada, who was you might have remember him from Lucha Underground. He's one of the biggest stars, mini stars out. We got a couple female wrestlers coming. If you like wrestling, this is a show for you.
And if you don't, and your kids, like you said, you could make that impact with Victor, and I think that's a beautiful story. And so we opened with the Suns. That's me and my dad's story. We'd watch Suns games together. We never went to a game, but we'd watch it on TV and stuff like that. And so that's a core memory of mine, watching that back when Barkley and KJ and Dan Marley and all that. But make those core memories with your family.
That's exactly what it is. You're not buying a ticket, like I told you guys earlier. You're buying a memory that's going to stick with your child forever and pass on. Pass on to different generations. Victor's story was similar to mine.
And we were talking off air about how there's a wrestling fan community here in Yuma and like San Luis, Mexico, right? Because there's Attitude Pro Wrestling now, and I've been to a couple of those shows, and people turn up with the shirts and they support the wrestlers. Also in San Luis, Mexico, there's Lucha Libre, and they've had big names come through, and independent wrestlers as well.
Yeah, so thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it. What are you up to the rest of the day? You going to go promote?
I'm going to hit up Lucha Kombucha, get a coffee, go check out Jason over there, and then I got to head back, man.
Okay.
I have an Alien Con at my event center in Heber Saturday. I also have the Children's Fair on Saturday, which I do sound production on the main stage. We do another DJ setup, and I have wrestling and boxing all in one day. So those are the events, and then I got to prepare for Sunday because we're going to give Yuma one of the best shows they ever had. So make sure you come check us out. Be there. Yuma Fairgrounds, go to Pacific entrance. We'll be there. Hopefully Johnny and Victor are there.
Yeah, check it out.
They're going to fanboy out again.
Yeah, we might even wrestle. No, we're not going to do that. But with that, we do got to take a break. We got Brady out there. He's a tax preparer accountant. It's tax day, guys. We'll be back with him. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Your Yuma soundtrack is playing right now. It's local music, local voices for local people. So tune in on Border Radio, KOFA 94.7 FM, or on the KOFA app.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by the 2 Welton locations of High Tanks Brewing Company. It's craft brewery and tap room, featuring scratch-made food and handcrafted beers, including Daphne's Date Ale and the Gila Hazy IPA. Also, live music and experiences such as farm tours and glamping are available. More at hightanks.com.
From KEWC News, I'm Cisco Stargazer. Next school year, Yuma High School and Vista High School will be getting new principals. During recent board meetings, the Yuma Union High School District Governing Board approved leadership transitions for both schools. Starting July 1st, Yuma High's current principal, Michael Fritz, will be transitioning to serve as Vista's principal. Fritz began his education career in 2004 at Cibola High School, teaching health, wilderness survival, and physical education. He also coached soccer and football football. In 2020, he became Yuma High's principal. Yuma High's next principal will be Marcy Sanchez, who is currently serving as its assistant principal. Sanchez is a Yuma High alum with 25 years in education. She began teaching health and PE at San Luis High School and has worked alongside Fritz as assistant principal since 2022, overseeing academics and exceptional student services. Both principals will assume their roles on July 1st, 2026. From KAWC News, I'm Cisco Stargazer.
The First Amendment, the first one, enshrines the right to a free press in the United States. Help NPR and this station keep exercising this critical right by making your gift today. And thank you.
Give now by visiting kawc.org/donate. And thanks.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, we're seeing if a certain feeling is shared. Is the vibe off?
I'd certainly say so.
At the beginning of the semester, it was packed, but like half the people are not there.
The show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's The Hotspot.
I'm Mike Suba, and I'm a big supporter of KAWC. You're getting a great source of information about our community, about the people that are working and living here, and you start going, you know what, this is really a valued service. And that's the great thing, is you've got a partnership here. And I'm a big believer in partnerships because the one thing I realized early on in life, I can maybe do a lot of stuff on a very limited basis, but when I start partnering up, it's amazing what we can do when we pool our resources. And so I hope that when people are listening to the station, enjoying the news broadcasts and the entertainment shows that are being presented, that they realize that you're not only the end user and enjoying what is being broadcast to you, but it can be a partnership too, where you can participate, like I've discovered I can do, and help get this service, enhance it, and provide even better programming. I'm Mike Suba, and I support KAWC.
You never hear commercials on Border Radio. The programming you hear on KOFA and the KOFA app is funded by listeners like you who support us by going to borderradioaz.org/donate.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Brady Anderson from Yuma Tax Group. And did you notice how I said your last name? Do you know what that's from?
Are you referring to baseball? Or?
No. And Mr. Anderson.
Matrix?
Yeah. Matrix. It's a Matrix.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, totally. And we have Jim Anderson out there. Was any relative of you? Did you say hi? Like, hey, Uncle Jim or anything?
Yeah.
No?
All the Andersons are related. Just like
that's
every Rodriguez or every like Garcia's related.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pure nonsense. Yeah. That's what I bring to the show. But no, you're with Yuma Tax Group, a new tax preparing agency. We're going to get into like what you do over there, but you weren't always in the tax, and so we're going to get to the evolution on how you got down this road. Yep. And I know one of the stops along the roads, that is, you were flying drones, but also you were a YouTuber. I know, like that wasn't in your bio. I don't think you sent me, but I know you're a bit of it. So we're going to go back. So are you born and raised in Yuma? Are you from here?
So I was born in Fort Hood, Texas, and then I moved here when I was 6.
You moved here when you were 6 years old?
Yes.
And what schools did you go to?
I went Desert Mesa, Castle Dome, Gila Ridge.
Gila Ridge.
From Gila Ridge.
So when you're young, did you think that the taxes were going to be, other than paying them, a part of your life?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
No, not at all. No, yeah. Was numbers? Were you into that at all? Like, with any interest back at Gila Ridge? Maybe. Math.
Interest in math developed. I think if you would have asked me in high school, I'd have been like, don't touch me with math. But it developed and festered a lot.
Like during high school?
No, during high school, if you would have asked me if I liked math, I'd have been like, keep it away from me.
Keep it away. Okay, yeah.
As weird as it is, yeah.
Yeah, keep it away. So, so then in high school, when did you get into the YouTube side of things? Because you were pretty, you did pretty good on it. If I remember when I first met you, you kind of showed me some of your YouTubes, and you got a lot of views.
Yeah. So when I was doing YouTube, I was doing games. So I was doing Twitch streaming and YouTube for a game called Albion Online. And I was doing just like guides and like tutorials for people. But my objective was to make them as clear cut as possible to make it easier for them. And I did that for about a year. But I mean, at the time I got partnered with Twitch and I was getting paid under them. And then I was also getting paid by YouTube doing it.
So how did you, like, was it just like you were into the game and then you wanted to like help other people, or was there like a strategy of like, I can make money off of this, or is it a little bit of both?
So when it came to the content creation side, my fuel came from, I mean, and you're in media, so you understand it a lot, that there's a lot of like clickbait or a lot of like misleading titles, or you click on a 15-minute video and it's like just 15 minutes of like them rambling about something that doesn't even relate to the title. So my objective was I picked a game and I looked around for a game that was lacking.
Oh, you picked a game because of that. So you did some research.
I did some research. I picked a game. They were behind on any type of well thought out guides for like 2 years. And I just started just targeting it, making a video a week, doing shorts. And then I was streaming like Monday through Friday, about 8 hours a day, and then I was just nonstop targeting that audience, and it worked out very well.
So it wasn't a game you even particularly would say you enjoyed at first, but because of your research, you said this was it. Now, did you enjoy the game after
that?
Okay.
So I did enjoy the game. It was an MMO, so I'm a big MMO guy. Like I was playing World of Warcraft.
What is that? Sorry.
Massive multiplayer online.
Okay.
So like World of Warcraft, RuneScape, New World, any type of MMOs out there. And then I picked Albion Online because, again, its content creation space was kind of dull or like not existent.
Gotcha.
So I picked that one. I enjoyed it, and then I attacked from there.
Now, in those games, it's multiple players, and that's what it is. So like people play online.
Hundreds of thousands of players,
Hundreds. Like, how does that even work in a game? And I know this wasn't what you were expecting on the show, but I'm very interested in it because, how does that work? You have thousands of players playing a game, a video game. How does that work?
Well, like, I guess the best comparison is like Call of Duty. Have you ever played Call of Duty or any of that?
My son does, so I can.
So like on those, you would go into a lobby and there'd be like 10 people. You'd play, and then from there you'd separate and re-queue for another lobby. On massive multiplayer online games, you log in, you have your character you've been working on for the last months or years. You still have all the same stuff. You might log in next to the same person again and play with your buddies, and then it's just a huge open world that you just start doing stuff around, working on skills, fighting things, and then you log out and you come back the next day or the next week whenever you want to play.
The world is still there, existing, and then you kind of come in.
Yeah,
and, like,
and when you log out, other people are still playing in that world. Like it's just a constant, live, like breathing ecosystem.
So then you started to do the videos where you wanted to be clear and concise about some tutorials. How'd that go at first?
Honestly, at first, my first video took off.
Wow.
Surprisingly. Yeah, it's at, if I was to check right now, I think it's over 100K views now. But at the time, it was just like a basic, new player, how to make money in the game without actually putting money in the game, like real money. And it just like, I don't know, it just like hooked the fish perfectly, and it helped my channel just take off. And from there, all my other videos started doing well.
So you can make real money?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at me like, so here's it. And the reason why my son always tells me, Dad, I can make real money. Now, he has yet to do that. Yeah. So I'm going to have him walk over to your office. It's right up the street from my house, and say, go talk to Brady. Well, I don't need my taxes done. No, you need to go find out how you can actually make money, because you keep telling me, Dad, I can make money off of this. He's 17.
Games, yeah.
But then, so you did that one, like how to make money on it. You gave the tutorial, and then people obviously probably found some success on it and started sharing it.
Yeah, the video that I made. Yeah. I mean, it did well. People started sharing it, and then my strategy was a video a week, and then that video just helped every single other video, like piggyback off the success, and it just went really well. And then word spread in the game. It was the weirdest thing. Like I'd be walking around, and so my username was Professor Scythe, and I'd be walking around, and people would walk up to me and be like, "Hey, Professor Scythe," like they'd be hitting me up in the game.
In the game,
and it was like, it was the weirdest feeling because. I wasn't doing it very long, but they were recognizing me in game. It never happened before. So.
And they knew who you are, obviously, because of your success. And it's like, hey, that guy could teach you how to make some money. And like you said, without even putting in money, I don't know how that magic happens, but it sounds very cool. So what period was it? You were in the military, right?
Yes.
So was that before or after? I know I might have skipped over that.
That was after.
That was after. Okay.
Yeah, so I served in the Marine Corps 2015 to 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, after high school.
So what made you go that route?
So my father was in the Army for 10 years. And then growing up, I always wanted to serve and just serve my country and do, kind of give back. And once I got out of high school, believe it or not, I did a little bit of streaming when I got out of high school for a game called Clash of Clans. I don't know if you guys know that game.
I know that one, yeah.
But that game I made, I don't know, over like the 3 months I was streaming, probably like $4,000.
Wow.
Probably, but from like just donations and like subscriptions. And then I was kind of sitting there, I was almost 19, and I was like, I don't even know, like, I was talking with my dad, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work or even what I want to do. And then he kind of mentioned, remember when you were talking about joining the service? And I was like, I completely, for some reason, it spaced me.
Yeah.
And like right after we talked about that, I went straight to a Marine Corps recruiter and just.
You just did it.
Yeah, I just did it.
Yeah. You did it. So then you got stationed probably not in Yuma, right? You
No,
did
I was
some
at
traveling.
Camp Pendleton, California.
Camp Pendleton. Yeah. And you did how long?
So I was in for 4 years. I joined infantry, and then after I got out of infantry training school, they screened me into the Scout Sniper Platoon, and I was with them for 4 years.
So, yeah, before I go any further, thank you for your service. I appreciate it, absolutely. And then you came back to Yuma right after that?
No. So in 2019, I moved to Phoenix for 3 years.
Okay, 3 years in Phoenix?
Yeah.
And then what were you doing in Phoenix?
I started going to school.
Okay.
So I was going to Chandler Gilbert Community College with like intention to go to ASU. And I was working on a chem degree at the time.
Chemistry?
Chemistry major.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Chemistry. And then you got into ag, but a different part of ag, you started flying drones, right?
Yeah, that's kind of, it's a leap.
It's a leap,
That's a leap in the timeline.
Okay.
For sure. But yeah, I got into drones before I was doing tax and accounting, yeah.
Yeah. So, I just, because we're going to get to the tax part, we're coming up on a break, but so you were originally doing that. So very, like, nothing like leads right to taxes. That's what I'm trying to get to. Nothing screams out numbers, taxes, I want to do this. And I just found out your story, what was it, last week? I think last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a very cool story on why you got into it. And you're going to have to wait till after the break to find out about that story. We're going to take a quick break right now. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
If you need a break from reality, there's always great hits playing at your local public radio station, KOFA. Tune in at borderradioac.org or on the COFA app. From KWC, this is Siendo Primero. I'm Melanie Ruiz Lopez.
And I'm Sajei Bárcenas. In this episode, we'll be talking about entrepreneurs and local business.
No querían que empezara a vender. Y yo me lo aventé y lo hice.
When I do retire, I will have everything ready to go.
You only need one voice that believes in you. That's gonna motivate you extremely.
A new energy with the same mission.
To give students a voice.
What's Up Yuma Radio is sponsored in part by Nova Home Loans, serving Yuma County and nearby communities. Nova Home Loans offers residential lending services, including home loans and refinancing. They are also proud supporters of local community efforts and organizations. More information is available at novahomeloansyuma.com.
It's a sunny, calm day in Quartzsite, Parker, and Yuma, with afternoon highs reaching about 88 degrees, light and variable winds becoming southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and humidity levels staying right about 25% for Quartzsite and Parker, 40% in Yuma. Mostly clear skies tonight with a low about 58 degrees.
This week, This Old House Radio Hour and Marketplace Morning Report present Building Tomorrow, a special episode exploring how homes are being reimagined for the next 100 years.
We destroy all these buildings, literally burn them down or throw a Category 3 hurricane at them so that we can figure out how to make them better.
That's this week on This Old House Radio Hour.
Saturday morning at 10 here on Border Radio, KOFA.
Donations come in many forms: a sustaining monthly contribution, a one-time gift, even that extra vehicle you no longer need. Learn more about the advantages of donating a vehicle. You'll help power public radio. Visit kawc.org/cars for more information and to start your donation today. And thanks.
Turn on Border Radio KOFA 94.7 FM and cross musical borders every day. From new indie discoveries to timeless classics, listener-supported Border Radio brings you music you won't hear anywhere else. Live, local, and online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here with Brady Anderson from Yuma Tax Group. And so we kind of left the story. You're doing the things that nothing to do with math, right? In one sense, I don't know if video games you had to do any math stuff to solve a problem, but it doesn't seem like it. So what made the switch? How'd that happen? Was it something in the Marine Corps or what, or just?
Yeah, so again, when I was in high school, I didn't want to touch math at all. I went into the Marine Corps, and something like after boot camp and after the Scout Sniper Screener and everything, some type of like switch just turned in my head where whenever something was due or when you're studying for something or you have any type of assignments, it must be done. Like it has to be done to the T, to the best possible. And when I got out and I started going to college, like I would stress about an assignment not being turned in or me not studying nonstop until the exam. And like that's how I got into the chemistry degree path. So I went into chem class and I just like studied tutoring center every day, like 4 to 6 hours a day. And I just fell in love with just math in general, calculus, everything.
So in chemistry, there's quite a bit of math. I know nothing about it. I never took a chemistry class. So in chemistry, obviously, like, so you're mixing stuff and you have like certain.
There's a lot of advanced algebra that goes into
algebra.
It. Yeah.
So you're doing that. And so when I kind of skipped over that. Why chemistry?
I didn't know what I wanted to do. Okay. So I took one
It was like
chem
a
class.
shot in the dark type of thing?
Yeah, I was just working on my associates. I took a chem class and completely aced it and just loved it. And I was like, hey, I want to be a chem major. And I went that route. And then I started streaming. I was doing my Albion online streaming.
Okay, so you're doing that. You're going to class. You're doing the chem and then streaming again.
And then while I was streaming, I was like, I want to pursue this path. So I switched my degree. I did a whole 180 to a business law degree.
Business law, man, you've done quite a bit. So then your business law, what was that like for you?
That was the first time I was exposed to any type of like business classes as well as accounting. So I took 2 accounting classes, and they were just prerequisites. And at the time, I was just like, just get them out of the way.
Yeah, just get them done.
Did fine. They were 2 of the easiest classes I ever took, and I just didn't think anything of it. And I was like, okay, no, I just got to keep moving on with my degree, and then. Yeah, so then you're doing that, and then like I said, I recently just learned the story, and it was something to do with your grandfather. You kind of want to go into that, why you got into this side of things? Yeah, so just to rewind real quick.
Okay, yeah.
So right after I was working on my business law degree, and that's when COVID hit. Well, when I switched the whole streaming and business law and everything, that was happening during COVID.
Okay.
So my love for chemistry went away because I had to do everything online. It was terrible. And while I got done with my degree and we came back to Yuma, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I talked to a flight instructor when I was getting my drone license just to do real estate. And I took the test. It was easy. And he was like, hey, if you do this, you could pass your private pilot test, no problem. And I was like, well, what's that entail? And he's like, no, you just got to come, take flight lessons from me. And, and then you take a check ride and you have an oral exam and everything. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And I went and got my pilot's license, had my drone license. Then I got a job at Morrison. I was working there flying drones. While I was working with them for about 2 years, on my vacation, one of the summers, I went to Texas. And that's when I was talking with my grandfather. He's a retired lawyer, very successful retired lawyer, and he did real estate. That's one of his focus. And he has, being very successful, you set up a lot of things. And I have 4 sisters, 1 older, 3 younger. And then I have my aunts, uncles, all their kids, and we have trusts and a bunch of different things set up. And I asked him, I said, you built all this. He grew up from poverty.
Yeah.
And I said, you built all this, and I want to keep it alive. What can I do to help you?
And you told this story, like we go on for a walk in the Wednesday mornings. You told this story, and I was immediately hit. Like that was selfless, right? Yeah. Like you recognized what he did for the whole family, right? Mm-hmm. And you said you got the sisters, aunts, and uncles, people. What can I do to be able to make sure this is taken care of? Correct?
Yes. So he said, like our current CPA right now, he's almost 80 years old. He just beat cancer. As much as it sucks to say, at some point, if something bad happens, the whole ball's just going to get dropped. There's no one to handle it. So he said we need someone in the family that knows advanced accounting and specifically tax and commercial tax knowledge, like for commercial real estate, or I guess tax knowledge for commercial real estate specifically.
Yeah.
So he said if you can go down that route, that would be very helpful. And I was just thinking on it, and I was like, I remember back to that accounting class I took, and I was like, yeah, I can. Of course, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like where my fire and focus just drawn to, and just I shot in that direction. That's where I'm going.
Yeah. So then you got into it. You've kind of found your math for studying, at least your love for studying. You got math. You're in it. You have this conversation with your grandfather, and you're like, I'm going to take care of it. Yeah. And then you start doing obviously because you have to do more school with it, right? Mm-hmm. And you enjoyed that. More school, like learning.
Oh, yes.
And you're still learning, right?
Yes, yeah. So I'm finishing my bachelor's in accountancy soon this summer. I'm applying for a master's in accountancy, and then I plan in the next year and a half to be a licensed CPA and EA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're doing that, and Yuma Tax Group is pretty new, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get involved? How did you meet Jeff, that wonderful boss that you have?
So I met him through Tom Rush.
Okay.
Yeah, over at Yuma Investment.
Yeah. We bring up Tom a lot on this show. Like Tom's seems to be everywhere. So, but so you met him through Tom, and you got over, and then you found this is my route.
Yes. Yeah. I met with him. We got along really well, and Jeff's been great to me. Mm-hmm. He's been a mentor and helping me get to where I need to get, and we've just been building Yuma Tax Group together, and it's been good.
Yeah, I texted. I told you off air. I texted your boss that you're going to be coming on today because I figured it works, right? It's tax day. It's on people's minds, or hopefully they got it all done and they could and kind of breathe after this. But yeah, he's busy working right now, so he's probably not even listening to us right now because he's getting the last minute people. Do you find that a lot of people wait to the last minute?
Yes, we do have we have a good amount that wait till last second. I mean, we're all, we're human. We're all prone to procrastinating in some way, shape, or form. We all have our lives that we have to get to, and as soon as April 15th, it's kind of like a rock in the back of the head. Make sure you file or get extended, and Yeah, so you're enjoying it. You're getting it, and then you're seeing that future to be able to take. Because you're also, you said brought up real estate. You're in a real estate business, right? Revolve is right there. You share an office with them. Yeah,
so and so kind of you have both things that your grandfather asked for right there.
It couldn't get any more perfect.
It was almost how would you describe it? Like fate, or what would you say if you could put some words to it?
I mean, fate's probably the right word. It's when I think about my journey of where I got to where I am, it's not coincidence. It's hard to think that it's just coincidence. Mm-hmm. Like there's some type of force or fate or something that just kind of pushes me and to where I just need to be. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't know, it's hard to describe.
And I truly believe that, especially when you tap into selflessness. When you do something for other than self, or just like you said, you want to make sure this is protected. It's almost like I don't want to get too woo-woo, but like the universe or
like
God.
Rewarding.
It's like it's partners with you, and it says yes, let's do this, and then it kind of puts that. And then how would you ever expect that you're going to be ended up in a tax office with a real estate place right there, and you could pick somebody's brain and find out all these things to help keep your grandfather's, all this stuff alive.
It's truly a blessing. Yeah. I mean, because I while I'm in class right now, I think of I'm taking a class where you make resumes and you're doing stuff to try to go get an internship to try to build the experience. And while I'm doing this, I'm sitting here well, I don't need to take this class. to me, it feels like it all just fell in my lap. It feels almost like undeserved. But again, back to the selfless thing. I mean, all I can really be is just thankful. That's just how I feel. Just very thankful for it, and I don't take it for granted. I push forward and I throw as much coals in the fire to keep me burning.
Absolutely. So if somebody didn't file, can they do an extension right now?
Yes.
You can still do it?
Get that extension, and I know if people get that postmark from today, if they're planning to put it in the mail, if you get that postmark from today, that's very important, or get that extension.
All right. So I'm going to let you go because there's probably people banging down the door right now trying to get that extension right now or get their taxes filed. Thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. And with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. I want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Arnales, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia.
You can find out more about KOFA at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. Stay tuned for KOFA's Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's show, we have Ruben Fontaine. He just bought the Gandolfo building, very famous building here in Yuma, Arizona.
You can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio.
All right. If you want to be a guest on this show, it's real easy. Go to whatsupyuma.biz. That's whatsupyuma.biz. Click the radio link and click book, and you can be on this show. Yes, we always want to tell your story like we told his story here today. You got one in you, I'll bring it out of you.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Broadcasting from Yuma campus of Arizona Western College for more than 55 years, this is Border Radio, 94.7 FM, KOFA Yuma. We also broadcast at 1320 AM in Yuma at kawc.org and on the KOFA app.
The city of